Hi, this is Icon India EduTech. I am P. Venugopal, going to teach first year economics. As everyone know that in first year economics, important part of question paper, long answer questions. Everyone knows that Telangana government is going to conduct first year exams from 25th onwards. I will explain about important questions for intermediate first year. In coming classes, I will explain about model paper, model question paper. I will give you one model question paper also. Now, one of the important questions under long answer questions section 1 is law of diminishing marginal utility. Once I repeat it, law of diminishing marginal utility. In the examination, question asking like describe the law of diminishing marginal utility, its limitations and importance. While answering this question, you should follow some steps. While explaining the question, simultaneously, I will explain what steps to be followed. The answer is according to required steps to be followed in the final examination. Okay? So, first step is introduction. In introduction part, you should write that this law was originally explained by Hermann Heinrich Gaussen in 1854. Hence, this law is called Gaussen's first law. Later, Alfred Marshall popularized this law and analyzed it in a scientific manner. As it is, you should write in introduction part. Explanation. While explanation, I will give some additional points. No need to remind them and write in the examination. So, this law first explained by Gaussen and systematically developed by Alfred Marshall. First explained by Gaussen, that's why this law is known as Gaussen's first law of consumption. And Marshall explained this law in a systematic manner in the book Principles of Economics. I repeat the book name, Principles of Economics. Okay, this is about introduction part. Next, definition for this law. So in the definition, you know what Marshall wanted to explain. Before understanding definition of this law, you can understand the theme of the law by the name of the law. That is, law of diminishing marginal utility. Diminishing means continuously falling or continuously decreasing. What is continuously decreasing? Marginal utility. So, marginal utility continuously fall or marginal utility continuously falls. This law states that marginal utility diminishes continuously. Okay? Sir, what is marginal utility? I will explain after completion of definition and assumptions. So, next step to be followed is definition. The additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase of a stock of a thing diminishes with every increase in stock that he already has. Alfred Marshall. So while presenting the answer, you should write the definition as it is. You should not make any changes in the definition as it is presentation. Additional benefit means what? Additional utility. Additional utility which a person derives from a given increase of the stock of a thing. Thing means good. When additional stock of consumption of a good increase, marginal utility continuously falls. Diminishes means what? Falls or continuously falling. Which is continuously falling? Additional benefit. Additional benefit means marginal utility. So, additional benefit continuously falls when more units of a commodity consumer consumes, or consumption of additional unit of a commodity cause continuous fall in the marginal utility. This is the meaning to definition. Once again, this law states that additional utility from the consumption of additional unit of a commodity continuously falls. Next. The next meaning of the definition. Okay? As a consumer increases the consumption of any one commodity, keeping constant consumption of all other commodities. Means, as a consumer increases consumption of any one commodity, that commodity you can take any type of commodity. Apple, orange, banana, you can take any consumable commodity. So, consumption of any one commodity, consumer increases the consumption of any one commodity, that is apple. So, in the place of commodity, you have to think it is apple. So, as a consumer increase consumption of any commodity, that is apple, keeping constant the consumption of all other commodities. So, all other commodity consumption is constant, means only consumer consumes units of apple. The marginal utility of the variable commodity means changeable commodity is apple, must eventually decline. Kenneth E. Boulding. So is a definition given by Kenneth Boulding. Earlier definition given by Alfred Marshall. So once the meaning of the Kenneth E. Boulding definition to this law. As a consumer increase consumption of any one commodity, keeping other commodity consumption constant, the marginal utility of the commodity must eventually decline. Eventually means gradually. So same, using letters are different, but concept is same in both Marshall and this Boulding definition. So here, consumption of any one, when the units of consumption of any one commodity increasing, marginal utility from additional units gradually diminishes. Okay, ma? Eventually means gradually. It also should not make any changes, ma. Should write as it is. Next, meaning. The law says that as consumer takes more units of a good, the extra satisfaction that he derives from extra unit of a good goes on falling. So in Marshall definition and in Boulding definition, concept is same. What law says that as consumer takes more units of a good, the extra satisfaction that he derives from extra unit of a good goes on falling. Means if a consumer consumes more and more units of apple, satisfaction from additional apple gradually decreases. That is the meaning of this law. You should write meaning as it is. You can make changes in this meaning. What words, in which words you want to use, you can use. But better to write as it is in the final examination.